Hi, I'm Dallin Hougaard. I'm a fourth grader from Jordan Ridge Elementary. Over the past few years, fourth graders haven't been able to go to one of their favorite field trip locations, the state capitol. And I'm here with Judith, who is going to take us around.
I know that fourth graders get to study Utah history, so this is an important building to come to. We're standing right now in the Senate chamber, and there are 29 desks for all the state senators. And all of these desks are the original desks, and they have a nice roll top, but guess what they have inside them underneath? They have all kinds of new computer technology. So they took these desks out and put in new technology so that all the senators could sit in these original desks that are about 100 years old, nearly 100 years old. Can you find the U's all over the place? And beehives. Look up there on the railing.
Bees.
And they're all over the building. Why do you think a beehive is in here?
Because they call Utah the beehive state.
Correct.
Because everyone
You
here
really know your
is
home. You've done your homework. That's right. We have two new pictures painted. That's in northern Utah. And then if we go around here, here's another new mural. And I bet you can know what part of the state that's from.
The southern part.
Correct. The artist's name is Keith Bond. We had a contest, a nationwide contest, and probably 60 or 70 people tried out, and the man that won the contest is from Logan, Utah, and he painted these two pictures to go on either side of this picture up here, and this picture is of Utah Lake in the middle of Utah. So we've got southern, middle, and northern Utah. Would you like to go in and look at the Supreme Court now? Good, let's go. You see above the Supreme Court? There's some little boxes all in a row. Those look like teeth, and so they call them dentals. And then up above them, can you see an egg? And then a spear pointing down in there. And that kind of trim is called egg and dart. It's a trim that they use all over the building. What you're looking at is the rotunda of the Capitol. That's that big center space with the circle on top. It's a pretty big space, and it carries lots of sound. You can hear them from clear over there, can't you? Without any microphones. In fact, sometimes when they have dances here, you can't hear the band very much because it echoes and echoes and echoes and echoes. And if we were all alone without all of the people and all the chairs, I could talk to you about like this, and you could hear me clear on the other end. It's pretty cool. See all of the skylights up above? Those are called the atrium vaults. And it's made to let in all kinds of nice light so that during the day, you can see everything without turning on one light fixture in this whole building. And this is called the bar. And anybody that isn't a lawyer has to sit back here, and then all the lawyers get to talk to them. How many justices of the Supreme Court do we have? 5, correct. And that painting is by a man by the name of H.L.A. Colmer. And it's a very famous arch in southern Utah. And over that painting, you can see some more symbols. There's a book. That's the Book of Law. And if you look around on the other places, on the other walls, I bet you can see some other symbols.
There's like a weight thing.
Yeah, the scale. And usually you say about that they're the scales of justice. How do you like the colors?
Okay.
They're pretty bright. It used to be, I think they're cool too. That's real gold leaf on that trim. Real 24-karat gold leaf. It's very hard to put on. It comes in very thin sheets like tinfoil, and you have to pick it up with a brush, and then you touch, just barely touch where that gold is, and it sticks to it, and then you brush off the extra. So can you think of how hard that would be to make this all gold, beautiful gold? Okay, Dallin, we're looking at the rotunda space. Since we're right up close, I want you to look at the top of that column. These are great big one piece of stone. And over there, one piece of polished stone. And up at the top, see the scroll that goes around, that rolls around? That's called an ionic column. And right in the middle, there's an egg and 2 darts. Can you see it up at the top? If we were looking at those triangles, this one is up in the northern part of Utah. These were the trappers that first came. And look, he's trapping a beaver. This is a man who discovered the Great Salt Lake in 1843. His name was John C. Fremont. And then, what do you see up here?
Indians.
Indians. And who are the Indians talking to?
White men?
White men, and that man that they're talking to is the man that came into the valley with the pioneers. Well, that's Brigham Young. And then there's the Pony Express bringing the mail, and here they're trying to bring water to the valley. How tall do you think those are? Taller than your dad? They are. They're probably 3 times as tall as your dad. And when they were getting cleaned, we built scaffolding and we climbed clear up to the top, and they cleaned them with distilled water and cotton pads every square inch. They just cleaned them and cleaned them, and so now what you can see, green and pink and purple and reds and blues, about as bright as anything. Now, the interesting thing about this chamber is there's lots of beehives and ewes, but there are also lions. Can you see the lions up there? And stars. These 2 murals are old, and this one is a new one, and that one is a new one, and that one is up in Park City. That's at Ecker Hill, and it's the first ski jump. Those 3 brothers are building the first ski jump at Ecker Hill, and I think there's a middle school up at Ecker Hill. And then, Dallin, let's look right over here. This is the first woman to vote in the whole United States, and her name is Sarah Young, and she voted in 1869. After that, the wrangling with the federal government became so important that they decided not to have them vote, and Wyoming came in and had people vote ahead of us. But this was the first woman to vote in the United States. And these 2 murals are by a man by the name of David Koch, and he also lives in Logan, and he entered out of all the United States and won the contest.
Well, thanks for the tour. I can't wait till my class hears about that we can go here because they finished it.
That's good, and I'll be anxious to see you. Give me a call, and we'll do another tour. And you can lead them next time. Nice to meet you, Dallin.